Hey there, do you want to make a fursona but don't know where to start? You don't know what species to make it, you don't know what colours to give it, you don't know what personality to put into the character. Well, today I'm going to be teaching you 5 easy steps to make a cool fursona that you will connect with. Let's get started. The first thing you should do when making a fursona is picking the species. Now you can either go one or two ways with this. You can either pick a species that already has a stereotype attached to it, like foxes are sly, or cats are lazy, or you can pick a species and then put a personality of your own into it, and regardless of the stereotypes. If you ever have trouble picking a fursona species, here is one of multiple ways of how to pick a fursona species. You can pick your favorite animal. You can pick an animal that you think represents you and who you are. You can pick an animal that you just think looks cool and you just think looks aesthetically pleasing. You can also pick an animal from a random generated wheel that you can bring up on Google, and that does the job just fine if you can't decide. The next step to making a fursona is focusing on the colours and the design of your character. Now this can either go one or two ways. You can either make a fursona that looks more natural and has more of the natural colours of the animal you picked, and just splash a little bit of colour into the eyes, nose, and like the inside of the mouth. Or you can go the other way and make a more colourful fursona. Make one that doesn't naturally make sense, but it doesn't really matter because in this fandom, you know, you can make anything, there's no rules. You can make it a blue dog, a green cat, you can make it rainbow if you wanted to. It doesn't really matter, it just depends on your personal preference whether you rather the colours of the natural animal or if you want to make up your own colours. One way that you can figure out what colours you prefer on your fursona is you can get a free art base off of Google and just colour it in, see what colours you like best. Or if you're an artist, you can draw the character roughly and put the colours on there and see which ones you like better. Once you've got the species, the colour and the design, next you gotta go on to the extra accessories. Now this counts as like earrings, piercings, tattoos, anything that like gives it a little bit more like uniqueness. Now this is up to you whether you put like earrings and piercings and tattoos on your character, but this is just an extra thing that you can add, so it's more of a like the style that you want it to be. If you're struggling to figure out what type of piercings or tattoos you want on your fursona, just think about the ones you currently have. Do you have any tattoos? Put those tattoos on your fursona. Is there any tattoos that you want? Put that on your fursona as well. Is there any piercings that you have? Put them on your fursona. Or do you have any piercings that you do want in the future? Put them on your fursona too. The next part of making a fursona is the personality. Now this is one of the biggest parts of making a fursona because it determines who your fursona is and how well you get connected to that character. Now you can either go one of two ways with this. You can either make a fursona that is a lot like you but as an animal, or who you want to be in the future. Or you can make a fursona that's completely different to that. You can make one, you can make it a rock star, you can make it a psycho murderer, you can make it adorable and a little sweetheart. You can make it completely different to who you are and who you want to be. You can just make it into a completely different character. Like personally with me, this fursona here, this is Kay, my name, and this is me if I was a dog. This is me if I was a dog. This fursona is just my personality put into a mask, and the things that I want to be and who I want to be in the future is also put into this character. But then again, I've also got other characters like Spike. Spike's a rock star. I've got Sophia. Sophia is a psychopath murderer. Last but not least, we're going to be doing the last thing on the list, which is honestly the most difficult part of making a fursona. Making the name and the backstory of your fursona. Now the reason why I say this is one of the most hardest parts of making a fursona is that picking a name for your fursona can be pretty difficult because it can be a make or break situation of whether you connect to your fursona or whether you distance yourself from it. But here are some ways to make picking your fursona's name easier. You can name your fursona after anything. You can name it after something that you like. For example, I knew someone who named their fursona Finn because they like sharks and dolphins. You can name your fursona after yourself. For example, K, same name. You can also name your fursona after something of one of their traits, like their physical traits. For example, I've got a character named Spike. He's got spiky mohawk hair. That's why I called him Spike. Or you can call them something based off of the colour of them. For example, I called my very first fursona Radioactive because, well, he's green and black, like radioactive matter. Or if you really want to, you can go on Google and you can spin a wheel and it can pick a name for you and keep spinning it until you find one that you actually like. But remember, at the end of the day, this is your fursona. Your fursona, your choice. You can make your fursona any way you like. As long as there's no sort of offensive undertones to your character, it's completely fine. You can make it any way you like. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. If you liked this video, make sure to leave a like, make sure to leave a comment, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And let me know in the comments if I helped. I tried to help people, like, get into the fandom and, like, make their personas the best they can. Because at the end of the day, this fandom is lovely, and I want more people to experience the happiness that this fandom brings. Anyways, I love you all so much, and stay Bucky!